Well, welcome back again to ESPN Honolulu's Fan Friday Talk Story. And guess, you know, if there's a team that's on some momentum going toward the end of their season, it's the women's soccer team. So who better to have than their leading scorer in goals and points? Also a local girl from Moanalua High School. We welcome Kelci Sumida. Kelci, thanks for taking the time to be a part of it. Again, by the way, because you did it about September last year. So I think you're one of the first ones to actually be a second repeat guest. So the honor is all yours.
Thanks for having me again.
Sure thing. First of all, congratulations. You just came back from the road trip like yesterday. I'm going to go to the first game. You had a two-game road trip. And the first game on Thursday was the first victory for the team this season. So it's been a tough start. You get the winning goal. Okay, tell me what that feels like. It's a goal, winning goal, and it was in last like under 6 minutes to go. Give me that atmosphere of that game.
That was crazy. I feel like it was such an even game, so it was really back and forth. And just getting that final goal, I think the first thought that popped into my head was, okay, let's not go to overtime. Like, we need to do whatever we can just to not go to overtime because I was so tired. And that was just our mentality. We're like, we just need to get this win. And it was just such a big sigh of relief when we finally got our first win.
Yeah, and you mentioned the overtimes because you guys as a team have had several overtime games, which means, you're right there, and soccer is just, one goal can be obviously the difference. It can be a 1-0 game, excuse me, nil. By the way, we're going to do a little soccer 101. You can help me to learn more about the sport. Then you guys come back and on Sunday win again. So I can't imagine what the plane ride was like coming back home. 2 wins consecutive. First 2 wins of the season and on the road. What was that plane ride like?
I think it was just like mostly relaxed. Like, I think everyone was like relieved and happy that we got to have such a positive road trip. Like, I can't remember the last time we won both games on the road, and at Bakersfield and Davis, it was great.
Yeah, and when the season started for you guys, I mean, we can't be remiss about the fact that you guys had no season last year. I know some people will say like, well, they had a year off, and then once you get into this year's training, the preseason and the training and the conditioning, you just play and it's back to normal. Was it back to normal that very first game to play?
Um, I think the first game was definitely like an adjustment because to me, game shape for soccer is completely different than just being in regular shape. And I think that we were kind of unprepared a little bit, and it took us some time to adjust. Like, we used that whole preseason time to adjust, and I don't think we played our best soccer during the preseason, but like once conference hit, I thought that we improved in so many ways, and I think we just got better overall.
What would you say are maybe 1 or 2 things you feel the team really improved on from the first game until now?
I think the main thing was the chemistry and the connection between all of our teammates. Like, at the first couple of games, we were still learning how each other plays. And then as the games went on, we kind of learned what each other's tendencies were. And then that showed on the field.
I got to ask, I think your game was the first UH event to have fans. It must have really sucked to not have fans because, players from the mainland, okay, not as much family is going to be able to come maybe once or twice, but you could have had family and friends at every game. Frustration, what's the word that you would like to put in terms of how it was to play without fans?
I think frustration is a good word. Like, for me, at least, I would always have like my aunties, grandmas, all of that. They all come to all of my games. So I would have like at least like 20 people in the stands cheering for me. And just knowing that they were there, that like kind of helped me to push myself to be better and all of that. But having like an empty stadium was a completely different thing. And I think it took like some time to get adjusted to that.
I'll bet, but fans are back, so it's good. So all 20 of your aunties and uncles and sisters and everybody can start coming again, especially for this last home game coming up. Speaking of family, I'm sure back when you were in high school, your twin sister played with you. You two guys are kind of like the powers of Moanalua High School. She's playing at HPU now. What's the conversation like, you know, at dinner, when you guys are talking some shop? I mean, do you guys kind of get on each other a little bit about like, oh well, we're better than you guys. We could kick your guys' butt or anything like that?
No, I think it's more friendly. Like, I think that she has some things that she wants to work on, like offensively. So she kind of comes to me if she wants advice on that. And then I have lots of things to work on, like defensively. So I'll ask her about like that kind of stuff. And that's kind of how we help each other out.
Now you guys played exhibition, right? Earlier this season.
Yeah.
Okay, mom and dad, one wearing an HPU shirt, one wearing a UH. They flip flop at the halftime. How does that work?
I think they're wearing like a UH shirt and HPU like jacket or something like that. Like, or like half and half. I can't remember.
Having a twin and going through high school, going through elementary, all of that stuff, you hear all the twin comments or the twin jokes or the twin questions. What was maybe the lamest thing, a twin comment or question that you ever remembered or experienced?
Um, That's a good question. I think that the thing that I thought was funny was when people would ask me like if we're identical or fraternal, because to me like we look nothing alike. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, we're fraternal. Like to me it seemed like a simple answer, but I guess to like other people, I guess might look alike, but I don't know.
I'm sure you've heard the whole thing about, or the theory that twins can they're kind of on the same wavelength or vibe. Like if emotionally one is upset, the other one kind of senses that or something like that. I don't know how blown up that is, but do you hear some of that? Do you get that? Is it true?
Um, I don't know about like emotionally, but like physically, like my sister would text me and she's like, "Oh my God, my quad hurts" or something like that, and I'll be like, "Me too." Like, and then we think that that's kind of weird because like this happened when I was on the road and she was at home, and like I don't know if we just like felt that connection or whatever, but yeah,
The exact same quad, like the right side, or
yeah,
ooh, okay, that's interesting. That's there.
yeah.
Kelci Sumida, excuse me, joining us here, a women's soccer player, getting ready for the final home game coming up. Obviously, you love soccer. You take yourself away from the field, take yourself away from being a student at UH and all the stress. What does Kelci Sumida do on a regular day when none of that has to be done?
Um, my favorite things to do is like just take my dogs to the beach. I have 3 dogs and I'm obsessed with them. Like everyone knows that. But just going to the beach, hiking, like that kind of stuff. That's what I do.
What kind of dogs and what's their names?
I just got a puppy who's like 4 months old. She's an Australian Shepherd Rottweiler mix, and her name's Kula. And then I have another dog named Nala and Hachi.
Do you take them out with a soccer ball and kick them and try and get them to butt it with the nose, do that kind of stuff too?
Yeah, they're actually really good at soccer.
No kidding. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Every time I've asked a student athlete, what's the best part of being a student athlete? More times than not, they always say, oh, the road trips. Going on the road trips are always the most fun, the bonding and stuff. Any funny stories, interesting anecdotes on the road? You don't have to mention names, but you know.
I can't think of one like specifically, but I think that going on the road is always like a fun time and you make like so many memories that you'll probably remember for like a really long time. So that's my favorite part about it.
Has there been a place that you guys played at, a school that you played at that was really tough? Maybe the crowd was just really rude or something of that nature? Anything like that?
I think our first road trip to Washington State and Gonzaga, there was like so many people in the crowds and they're all like behind the goals and kind of like ragging on our players. So that's the first time I ever experienced that kind of thing. So I think that that was kind of tough for my teammates and I to just experience that because I don't think we really experienced that before.
No bad words or anything like that, was there?
There was some pretty bad stuff.
Really?
Mhm.
Gosh. Oh, I wanted to ask this related to your sister because both of you were great high school soccer players, obviously being recruited I've heard, student athletes saying when they were recruited or the process of going recruited as a senior in high school is really, stressful. It was all this kind of stuff. But here in your house, both you and your sister going through that same thing. Was it really like kind of a wild period at that moment?
Yeah. So at first, like me and my sister were both looking to kind of go away for school because that was something that we wanted to experience. And we knew that we wanted to play at schools that are close together. And so we were looking at schools in like California, Oregon, Washington, like nearby schools like that. And then she commits to HPU. And then she didn't really tell me, she didn't really tell me that she was thinking about committing. So then I was like, oh shoot. And then so then I committed to UH like kind of shortly after that she committed to HPU because we wanted to kind of stay close to each other.
Oh, and I bet both your parents are like, yay, because both of you, we can watch both of you play at the, same time. It's all local. So when you go on the road, is there something aside from your required stuff, like you got to bring your uniform, shoes, blah, blah, blah. Is there something that you must have with you on the road? A favorite pillow, a favorite toothbrush? I don't know, something like that?
No, I don't think so. I used to be like superstitious and stuff like growing up, but I think I kind of grew out of that. So I don't really have anything.
That was my next question. I was going to ask if you're superstitious. So you're not at all, like no favorite socks or routine or the meal or something you eat before, none of that?
Now I just wear like the same sports bra and sliders to every game. But like growing up, I used to like think that eating pancakes before every game helped me to play better. So I would eat that like before every game. And then eventually I just got like sick of it. And like now I can't really eat pancakes that much.
Help me out here and let me get into a little bit of soccer 101. But you're listed at 5'5". And a lot of times in sports, you always hear height, weight, and oh, that player's, really small or big for that position or for that size. In terms of college soccer, where are you on the spectrum? Are you kind of in between? Are you on the taller side? Where would you fall?
I would probably be on the smaller side. Like um in high school and everything, I thought that I was like one of like the bigger or taller players. And then I came to college and I was like, okay, I need to like start lifting and eating more protein because that was not the case.
Everyone has to transition. Playing, you can be the darn really great in high school, but playing up in college, especially going up to Division 1, there's going to be a transition. What was the biggest transition you had to make to college playing soccer?
I think definitely the physicality was something that I had to get used to. Like I remember my first game as a freshman. My first game was against USC, and I kind of just got like thrown in there, and I was not prepared for how physical that was. So I made it a point to get stronger and stuff on the off season, and that's something that I'm going to keep focusing on.
I got to do some public address announcing for your games this season, and I was extremely impressed with the physical nature of the sport. I mean, there's some instances where I'm like, whoa, I didn't know what part of the game for you in your position and the role that you play where the physical part really comes in.
For me, I think that one of the things that I should do is like draw fouls. Like me and Coach Mark talked about it. Like if I'm in the box and stuff, then because I'm like kind of one of the smaller players, then if I get like contact in the box, then it's kind of just soccer IQ to kind of fall and try to get PKs like whenever possible. And yeah, it's just such a physical sport. So just trying to get the advantages of that.
I'm thankful for the fact that as I'm watching you guys play, and I would see, like I watch on ESPN, I see highlights, the Premier League, men's soccer. And one of the things that always frustrates me is how, oh, they are such Grammy Award people when it comes to trying to draw foul. I mean, you sneeze and they'll like, oh, they fall down and stuff. But watching your guys' games, it doesn't seem like that's really prevalent. I mean, you guys are allowed to play. You guys are jockeying for position. As a girl is dribbling with the ball, you can be right next to them and bumping them a little bit. So I'm glad that it seems like women's soccer, college soccer, isn't a lot of that showmanship just to draw a foul. I mean, it
Yeah.
takes a hard hit to bring yourself down. Is that would be that about right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case.
And then here's another thing. penalty kicks, which I learned, right? Someone's trying to kick it toward the goal, like a high kick to land kind of just in front of the goal. And
Mhm.
that point where the goalie is charging from the goal, the offensive players are going toward the ball, and a lot of times you see that collision. And I'm up in the press box and I can hear that impact. Is that one of the most like intense parts next to a corner kick in terms of physicality?
Yeah, I think so. I think I remember a couple of times where the ball is coming like over the top, like you said, and I'm just looking at the ball, and then there's a couple of times where I actually did get like hit in the face from the goalie coming out because I'm focusing on the ball and the goalie's coming out, so I can't really see, and then it's just like big physical contact, but it's all good.
Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, help me out now. Your position is midfielder, right? That's a
I play forward.
forward.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me I know goaltender, goalkeeper. I'm sorry. Give me the positions and what's their roles.
Oh gosh. So like defenders to just prevent the goals basically, and then the midfielders is to like create opportunities for and play make. So like try to send the balls to the forwards, and then forwards have to try to score the balls, the goals. Yeah.
Now, is there any restrictions from, let's say, a defender who plays more toward the back, defending the goal? Can they run up all the way and try and score too, or are you kind of stay in your kind of areas, so to speak?
So the outside backs actually make a lot of runs up, and I think that helps to provide like a dangerous attack because it gives us like an extra player on the outside, and so we actually have outside backs that make a lot of runs and provide scoring opportunities for us.
Okay, this is a really guy question, but did you ever get into a fight during a game?
Not really a fight. I would like not like a full blown fight with like fists or anything, but there were some times where it was kind of close.
Like how close? Was it a pushing and shoving, name calling, stare down? I mean, can you give me the level of this confrontation?
Okay, well, last year I got red carded at UC Davis for kicking someone because like I was on the ground and I thought that it should have been like a foul in the box, so like a PK. And so I was kind of just like lying on her like a little bit, and so she like back heel kicks me in the chest, and then like she's like kind of swearing at me, and then so I get up and I kick her back, but then the ref only sees like my retaliation, and then so I got red carded for that, which I shouldn't have kicked her. So learning experience.
Wait, you guys have cleats on, so she kicks you in the chest.
Yeah.
That's rude. Wait, okay, penalties. Is it yellow card first and red?
Sometimes it can be a straight red, so mine was just a straight red.
And so what does that mean? Are you out or
Yeah.
you got kicked out?
Yeah.
As in ejected or you could come back later?
No, like ejected.
Wow, you ever got ejected before?
No, like I think I've only gotten even like one yellow card in my life, so I was like, oops.
Wow. Did your teammates were they like, whoa? Kind of
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
don't mess with Kelsey when you think she should have gotten a penalty kick. All right. Let's play a little game of what I call quick kicks. Yes, it's because soccer. I had to come up with a name, but I'm going to give you these questions and you got to just answer it at the top of your head.
Okay.
Okay? So whatever comes to mind, top of your head. Okay, ready? Okay.
Okay.
Favorite athlete?
Kristen Press.
Okay. If you could get a free appointment, which free appointment would you want? Hairstylist, cosmetologist, mani-pedi, or a masseuse?
Probably Manny Petty.
Okay. What is a phrase or word that your head coach, Michelle Nagamini, always says?
No bolo. I think that
No,
was like
no bolo.
that was the
Ah,
theme this season. This season, that was the theme.
ah, yes, yes. Good one, good one. Your go-to dessert is what?
Ice cream,
Flavor.
chocolate.
Good. If you were governor of the state of Hawaii, What is the first thing you would do?
Um, Shoot, I don't know. I don't really know what they do much. I don't know.
Your first thing as governor. I would say let fans, all fans, fill up the stadium. Oh, that's just me, but okay, we'll come back to that one. Okay, what is something that you have never done but would like to try and do?
Um, Probably skydiving.
Oh, okay, scary. Um, what songs or artists are on your playlist?
Um, right now I'm really into country, so Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen.
Oh, nice. Which two team have you ever? By the way, have you ever heard of the TV game show, The College Bowl, the one hosted by Peyton Manning and
Oh
his
yeah, I think
brother?
I've watched it a couple times.
Yeah, it's usually one college playing another, and there's like three players for each school, and it's kind of like quiz and stuff. Okay, which two teammates would you select to be your partners if you had to enter the College Bowl quiz show?
Probably V Jimenez because she's like really smart, and Kylie McNamara.
Ah, all right, all right. Tell them that the next time you guys have a chance.
I will.
Yeah, Halloween is coming up. You would want to dress up for Halloween as?
Ooh, that's a good question. All of my teammates keep asking me that. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna be yet.
Wait, do you guys have like a Halloween party coming up or something?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have one.
Oh, cool, cool. And you still don't know what your costume is going to be?
So,
Okay, we'll come back to that one too. Okay. What car would be your ride?
I want a Range Rover
Ooh, nice.
or an Audi.
Or in what?
An Audi.
Okay. So there's rough and tumble and then there's class. Okay.
Yeah.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Um, Probably invisibility.
Oh, like Fantastic Four. I hear you. Okay. What is a city, state, or country that you'd want to go and visit?
I definitely want to go to Tahiti because my parents went without me and it looked like really fun and pretty and yeah.
Wait, why didn't you go?
My mom won a contest and it was just for two people, so I wasn't invited.
Wow, that's like a grand prize winning. What kind of contest was that? A radio contest? Some kind of door prize kind of thing?
It was like a contest at 7-Eleven and she drinks like 7-Eleven Slurpees every day, so yeah.
She won a trip for two to Tahiti.
Mhm. That was a long time ago though, so
Wow, congratulations. Okay, we got to go back. Have you thought of if you were governor, what you would do as your first thing?
um that's a good one though. I think like letting fans back into the stadiums and at sporting events.
Yes, yes, I'd vote for you. Okay, and Halloween, you dress up as
um I don't know, but I'm open to suggestions.
a superhero, Disney character, evil ghoul, Jason from Friday the 13th, or is that whoever?
I'll probably just like throw something together since it's so last minute already.
Good, good, good. Creativity comes best at the very end, just like all your probably your schoolwork and stuff too, like papers and things. Great, thank you for playing that. Hey, what's your plans after college? I know you still got some time left, but have you thought about that?
So I'm majoring in kinesiology and I'm hoping to go to PT school after and get my doctorate and yeah.
Once you figure out what you're going to wear for Halloween, please let us know. But we want to thank you so much for being being a guest here on Fan Friday Talk. Sorry, appreciate it, and good luck in the final game of the season.
Thank you.